county, and I know
you work for the county. So first of all, since this is on tape and the CIA is watching, and so is MI6, Oprah Winfrey, Taj Mahal government of India, and the government of China, because you have chosen to try to annul me like I'm a Jew idiot. Okay, I need you to declare before me on what basis are you barbarically intruding on my property. Okay, first of all, because over a month ago, the management was told that I have at least one Dow coin by one of my financial representatives, who is Jeff Bezos. As you know, by the year 2019 in Fairfax, Virginia, on live video feed at Whole Foods grocery store, Jeff Bezos was held at gunpoint at Whole Foods grocery store in Fairfax, Virginia, which was on camera. So because he represented me here and deposited money at the manager's office, and she accepted it in front of the U.S. military, Jeff Bezos told the management on live microphone, "Why did you not contact her regarding her apartments here, since you were given the Dow coin," which means he has a shareholding with me involved, with my own self-made fortune of $1 billion US minimum. She let black prostitutes who are potentially on crack move into at least 2 to 7 apartments that are related to a former CIA agent whose name is Nicholas Gloucester Keith, who is potentially Nuremberg to Nuremberg.
Nicholas Gloucester?
Yes, former CIA agent. So because Tarkan Tebitoglu has DNA cells that have potentially been seen at 4006 Romsey Drive, Hyattsville, Maryland, you need to tell me on what legal basis do you really have to be here, since I have at a minimum raw assets that mean you should not be intruding or even approaching me without contacting Jeff Bezos, John Cusack, or someone in my multi-conglomerate corporation.
I think it's a fair question, and if you give us a second, we can answer it.
I need a blanket answer, since the CIA is watching and so is the government of China.
The answer is, we were invited by this person here, Shirley.
You were invited by Shirley. Okay, and so on what basis does Shirley...
I have more to tell you if you want.
What? No. I don't need to hear from her, because she's kidnapped by Corleone. And Corleone kidnapped Shirley by initiating conversations with Paola Labrizzi over 13 years ago when she lived in apartment 301. Yeah. Paola, wait a minute, because she's controlled by Corleone, let me explain. Paola Labrizzi is Corleone's family. And Corleone had family here who went by the last name Labrizzi, who was also Central Intelligence, who also kidnapped Shirley.
Do you need some help?
Yeah. No, I don't need help. No. This is a horrible global kidnapping. And although you've talked about ISIS terror, I'm well aware of how Arabs are involved, whether they are from body farms that are federal or not. Does that make sense? So based on all of the genetic evidence.
Because I called
you called them. What is her legal basis for you to honor her over me, when you clearly understand my net worth at this point, based on you coming in here with 3 people, you clearly being related to Emily Yassin, Nuremberg to Nuremberg, or Brody Jenner, or Kimberly Kardashian. You clearly have something nepotic involved. So I just want to know, on what legal basis are you honoring Shirley?
Because I called them yesterday.
Because you care is not a legal basis. I need a legal basis for you honoring her above me, when she doesn't have a better net worth, and we are fully aware that I'm public a minimum of 2 years ago that we are current in a Cold War situation with Vladimir Putin involving a nuclear war.
She thinks she needs some help, but maybe you don't.
No. Look, let me explain something to you. Okay? First of all, I cannot accept anything from you. Mm-hmm. I can't. Okay? By 1985, I'm evicted from a very nice palace. Okay? Which is why I'm in front of you. 1985. Okay? The Fairfax County Police are tabulating my genetic relationships by 2017 or 2016 with European white males.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense? So if that's going to be the case, and that's already on file. No. I need to speak with them. They need to deal with me based on the protocols that you set forth to annul other people. I don't want to hear Shirley. Shirley's feeble-minded and easily controlled by crackheads, black prostitutes that have nothing, that rely on Corleone for money, who's not just a drug dealer, who is obviously an honorific gubernatorial official.
Could you tell us what your primary concerns are? You tell us why you oppose, how you think we can help.
Please tell the CIA what you need me to do.
This has been a 20-year deal, almost 21.
That is inaccurate.
It's not new. Kimberly has been in programs and been on medications, and she knows this. Before leaving Las Vegas, she went to the Woodland Hospital emergency room and got a shot on her own. So she knows what to do when she's in that type of situation.
You're saying that she might be suffering and needs some medication?
She needs
No, it's not suffering. Prostitutes that know how to kidnap feeble women have a diamond asset interest. Look at my diamonds.
What has been
okay, look at the diamond I have on my finger. Okay, she's manipulated.
When she was on the Latuda shot, she taught children in the Alexandria school system for a whole year. So I know she's fine. But she refused
proved to be a waste of time
to go on medication voluntarily since she's been here. And the reason I called because I don't want her going on the internet affecting inner peace of reputation.
Not going on the internet. See, she's against free speech.
I understand.
See, so what does free speech have to do with medication? See, ulterior motive.
For a while, she's back in town after being away for a while.
Her motive is Corleone's motive. Oprah Winfrey's motive.
For a whole year. That sounds very good reason to call people like us to come out, because there's so many services here in Fairfax County that she might not realize that she might be completely entitled to, that we don't care about money or anything like that, that we have lots of access to various treatments like Latuda that we'd be happy to offer her. I guess I could also understand why she's a bit concerned with strangers coming in like this. I mean, that makes some sense too.
No, it's not strangers. It's not just strangers. It's not just strangers. It's the history of Chantilly, Virginia, specifically, by annulling ethnics, no matter how much money they have, including Mattal's family that lived here. Okay, because you have annulments that Vladimir Putin is signing off on, that because he's so honorific, hey, you're annulled. These are my constitutional rights. I'm white. Die in your house by machine gun. Hey, President Obama's in on it. Right? This is okay. You're Indian. Die. That's my account. Now you're in front of me. But to just give you a brief note about how I got here, 2015, Istanbul, Turkey. What does Shirley say to the U.S., the United States Department? Hello, United States Department. It's Shirley Myers. Can you please send my daughter back from Istanbul, Turkey?
In Istanbul.
Ellen DeGeneres is on TV degrading me. Oh, she's a runaway. She's a runaway. Oprah Winfrey is recorded on the phone giving Shirley death threats, saying, well, bring your daughter back from Istanbul, Turkey, or I'm going to kill you.
Shirley thinks that you might benefit if we were able to get you connected back with the community service support and get you back on the...
No, and be on Hitler's euthanasia list?
Do you?
Oh, no. I'm already connecting with a psychotherapist that I want to pay cash through a mutual fund. I do not want to qualify for anything where Auntie Hubel, who is connected to Chancellor Merkel, who's already been sequestered in Shirley's apartment. I don't want any experimentation on me. I don't want to qualify for any Vladimir Putin euthanasia scams or any Leah Gatho Nelson Mandela African scheme, healthcare scheme scams. No, thank you. If I'm here because we're in a Cold War and if Prince William is pressed over his investments in mental health. You know, I can see a private person virtually that I pay cash from my multi-conglomerate. I cannot be seen at Maryfield. Wait a minute. Based on what it no. I have a business. I have a business license. I have a company operating agreement. Would you like to see it?
No, I would trust you. You don't have to prove it.
Look at my raw assets. Look at my diamond bracelet. Okay? Look at my diamond ring. Okay?
Very nice.
Wait a minute. I'll just explain something to you. Clark County Police were following me. Okay? When I was in Nevada. I've only been here since October 21st or something like that, or October 13th. They were doppling my diamond ring. Obviously, Las Vegas, Nevada has a Corsican genetic background. That's natural Corleone. Okay? Now with Shirley, hey, go to mental health home. But beyond that, Corleone, the Italian government, owns Buckingham Palace. They own Buckingham Palace with Kimberly Rose Boone Keith, who has some crimes on AI. And I have U.S. Marine.
You say you want to pay a therapist in money. How could this therapist help you? What do you need help with?
I don't need help with anything at this point because I am harassed with Muslim rape. Now I'm in front of Shirley Myers. It's time to have psychotherapy. Hey, we have investments at Ethiopia. Now that's the time. Because I don't want to be evicted because I clearly have a Jew relationship, I will go to a private therapist. I don't want to go to Maryfield because they have a quota, okay, that everybody is following. Not just the Nazis. Black Africans have a quota to annul people in this community too. So because you can have $1 trillion like Bartolome told my son by DNA birth and get killed over a false quota, I'd rather not go to Maryfield. Okay? Maybe recommend me to somebody that's $2,000 an hour.
I respect if you don't want to go to Maryfield, if you want to follow up with the psychotherapist and all of that.
A private doctor, not state related, that doesn't need quotas from Vladimir Putin and his euthanasia financial investments in this country.
Do you have someone in mind already, or just?
Yes, I did contact someone, but she didn't get back with me. So I'm trying to follow up with a student advisor for a doctoral program. I'm a doctoral student. Okay, she is going to connect me with an advocate. Okay, she is on break. I am waiting to hear from her. I've contacted her. When I hear from her, I will contact you and give you their information. But no state.
With somebody in between while you're waiting to get that set up.
Unless it's a military person, then I will have no confidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the time being, we just want to make sure that you're doing okay until you meet up.
No, I can't do that without a military official to back me. Or military. No. Military are on grounds. Okay, confidentiality. And I don't feel safe. Okay, without military soldiers that have the financial background or intellectual background to protect my multi-conglomerate's interests. Because me going with you would annul my ownership, which I'm fighting for 3 years.
We don't want to do that.
Okay? Well, I'm just letting you know I have corporate paychecks that have been identified by the U.S. Marines, and I'm incrementally getting to my corporate paychecks. Okay? I want to put my hand on them, not be in a euthanasia or monkey-fied situation, not to offend. You know, so going with you would annul the powers I have as a financier. Okay, I have to fill out a Kentucky 741 fiduciary form before IRS times. Jeff Bezos, I don't want to slander him in any way, but he is on live video feed at Whole Foods at gunpoint several years ago. We are related genetically. I cannot lose financial authorization or influence over the vast DNA of Osama Bin Laden, which is in the Fairfax community.
So, Ms. Kimberly, do you feel safe here in the apartment?
I don't feel safe in this country based on how ethnic it is, okay? Because you have financial investments that are not French like they used to be, and now that ethnic people have more powers in the government, Now the country itself is not what it should be. Okay, I have one white daughter minimum that had full ownership of a very nice house at Laguna Beach. She is my white daughter by Prince William Windsor, who is my cousin from birth. The house was $45 million up front. Okay, ethnics from DC kidnapped her in it. Do you understand? So if I go with you, she could die. You will weaken what I can do financially.
So since you've been back in Virginia, what have you been doing every day here at the apartment? Are you eating?
Every day. So every day I'm on YouTube doing videos, trying to follow up with the over 2,000 blog posts that I have, okay, that were sold to Saturday Night Live, Netflix, Reuters, Mayim Bialik, President Donald Trump, people, this caliber that want to use my posts, that's fine. I have interested university students follow me around to scan my car to see what account numbers I have. Okay, I'm trying to be financial now and distance from intellectual material now that I've been paid fully, initially as a movie writer at the IRS. I'm, doing quality assurance checks on Costco, on Walmart, on Amazon.com, and on the black race, which has a vast diaspora and a financial arrangement that weakens me as someone that everyone believes is a public mulatto on file. Okay, so
sounds like you're doing a lot every day.
Yeah, it is kind of stressful because Africans.
How are you sleeping at night with all that stress?
Well, I'm like Hoover. I'm like Hoover. Maybe 5 hours of sleep, so you can have intellectual production, quality assurance checks, financial production, messaging, invoicing, banking.
What about your eating, your appetite?
Well, because I don't have a car, okay, I did have a Kia Soul 2021. I started suing Kia dealership because I made all the payments since February when it was brand new car, and I was acquiesced by the princes of Dubai. One of them, Ramoon Hanna, that I don't know if he's still in this area. He's related to Egyptians and the Praetorian Guard genetically. And he wired my car remotely and digitally, putting me in a bad situation. So I don't own the car anymore. But my car was pursued by prostitutes. I had to give it up. I was going to Sacramento, California to work at Amazon.com. Over 500 people followed me, okay, not just from Vegas, but also from Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. Check with the U.S. Marines.
So you don't have a car to go get food?
At this moment, no. I've been driving since...
How's your appetite in general?
If I don't have something that I find is... nutritional, like something that I prepare myself. Okay, she has a command by women like Jennifer Hudson or Fantasia, Oprah Winfrey. Turn the lights down. Don't let her do that to you. Turn off those sockets so that she can't cook.
Would you say you're eating once a day, twice a day?
Well, I have a Jewish background, and now that I have Muslim men in my life, I can't just eat anything, even if fasting is involved. It's an alternative type of thing where if you think something is slimy, are you going to eat it because you're hungry, or will you just avoid it?
Does that mean you're not eating? Or?
I eat what I find to be acceptable based on the circumstances.
Yeah.
When I wasn't being challenged legally by Muslim princes, I spend maybe $1,700 a month on food, maybe Whole Foods or Giant or something like that. But now that I have this issue with, Muslim princes trying to acquiesce me financially, demographically, socially, I can't just eat anything.
Did you prepare something for you to eat today?
Baked potatoes.
Okay. How about some water? Are you drinking enough?
I drink water when I want, but the water has a crustacean basis, but it's better than bottled water. Which is not what it could have been.
Okay. So. Does that affect your hygiene? Are you showering?
I shower.
Okay,
I shower, but at the same time, soaps like Dove, have a Negro genetic content from jail cells. So they're cheap and they're attractive and they look good, but now Negro feces is in you from a jail cell because you chose Dove soap. I need soap that is, like aloe vera, or something that's like $100 or $40. Now that Muslim princes are, trying to change my demographic to acquiesce me financially, I can't just choose anything and take a shower. So if my alternatives, salt. Salt. Maybe something from Whole Foods. But even Whole Foods, because Jeff Bezos doesn't own it anymore, even Whole Foods has a decline. So, I have to try and be homeopathic about my choices.
It sounds like you have a lot of things going on here. How are you coping with dealing with all of that?
I have a brain training since childhood.
Okay.
So, I have some inspiration in high school with Uri Geller. But by the time it's 1990, 1991, I'm working on telekinesis, telepathy. When I get older, it's Hindu philosophy. And now I'm pretty much at Sanskrit measurements, with astrophysics, light orbs, that type of thing. So when you have brain training and you think numerically or molecularly about things, you can tabulate what your inferential choices will be.
All right. I'm glad that you have, a method, to get through all of this, and I really appreciate your openness with us.
Thank you. I appreciate, you saying you appreciate it. That helps, honorific white men not get in terror situation with blacks. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you making that comment.
So is there anything right now that you think that you need any help with that we might be able to assist you?
To contact the manager of this property and see what their position is on acquiescing the apartments that were illegally inhabited by black women. Well, she didn't do what she was supposed to do. She's not up on her responsibilities. Jeff Bezos approached her and said, well, you did it on microphone. He was outside, the military was there, and he said, are you going to give me my money back since you did not contact her regarding giving her her own apartments for ownership? She never contacted me. So if you want to make a difference in my life, and in this situation where a feeble-minded woman just wants to please a bunch of blacks that can kidnap her really fast, just ask the manager, which apartments do you have available where she has already had an investment in the Bezos Dow coin. Which apartment can she get into to annul this situation with Shirley?
What makes you think that that's what's going on? You told you that, or you heard that from someone?
I'm public.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence, U.S. military.
Like on your blog posts and all of that?
Blog posts, YouTube, IRS, Chamber of Commerce, Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, Texas Chamber of Commerce,
So these are things
Dow
that you're
Stock
reading-
Exchange.
you're reading online, or are these people telling you these things?
No, I have an AI basis with the U.S. Marines, which is by royal edict. Okay, so there is an AI video of my headset being removed, and I have the headset because my cousins at Buckingham Palace are suspicious of ethnics in India, where I wanted to study Sanskrit and learn in India and do research. And so my cousins at Buckingham Palace said, oh, so you want to move to India? Here's an AI headset. Got to follow you around, hear everything you hear, and, listen to your every word.
Does it work with, do you hear things too, or do they only hear what?
No, it's through the headset implants.
Okay.
Okay, so
do
there's...
you hear stuff? Like, can you hear things being told to you, or do they only...
No, it's only AI based.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to subpoena the AI files, the military can give you a quick video of me in Las Vegas, Nevada, having my AI headset removed. There's another video, AI file that's military, of my headset being removed, like surgically in Gambrills, Maryland, with me unconscious.
When was that?
Spring 2020. But because he's Praetorian Guard related and he's, related in the way he is financially and genetically with Buckingham Praetorians, he can remove it. If you want to see the videos, you can. If they're not hallucinations, but if you want to follow up with IRS.
I just want to make sure that you are as safe as possible.
Okay, well, if you want to make me safe, you can contact the manager at Chantilly and ask her, you spoke with Jeff Bezos? Can you get her into at least one apartment since you've already been paid?
When you hear all these communications with all these different parties that you're working with, or who are tracking you, or whatever it might be.
Sometimes it's through networking.
Okay.
Like, social networking, social media. Sometimes it's verbatim word of mouth referrals through relatives, or sometimes it's phone calls. I have quality assurance checks based on my complaints on YouTube. I am God Code Incorporated, or I'm God Code Incorporation on YouTube, where you can, see the conversations I've had with LegalZoom, or with the Social Security Administration, or with, just different people where I'm making requests. I've written Nancy Pelosi, and I've also written Dianne Feinstein, so that you know.
Okay. I just want to, I only ask this for safety purposes, but when you're having all this communication, is there any mention of ever hurting yourself or anybody else, or is it completely?
No.
Okay.
No, it can't go back in a bad situation. It's best to proceed financially if you can, because money runs the world.
Now, you said you got an injection about a month ago. Is that true?
That's what I told her. That wasn't true.
Oh.
I told her that because she is controlled by prostitutes that have nothing.
So when did you last get an injection?
Oh my goodness, probably 2019.
Was it helpful when you got it, or?
My students harassed me, and one of my Italian Hispanic students tried to annul me with verbiage.
Yeah.
Well, look at how big her breasts are. Why are you teaching? I should just take you home and rape you. Now I have no job with the county.
I'm so sorry.
Well, Italians are honorific. He can wield a sword. That's that.
But when you last got an injection, did it make you feel better, or?
It makes me gain weight.
Oh, okay.
It makes my cerebellum processes slower, and it does. I can't think like I need to.
Any positive effects? It sounds like some negative stuff. Is there any reason that you thought it was a good thing?
I don't like those medications because they're Holocaustal. Okay, and their development is Holocaustal based, and so injecting it in my DNA and saying, "Hey Hitler, hey Auschwitz me now." I have an injection at Maryfield.
Have you ever got any medication that you felt like was helpful?
No, never. It's always been either gives you a seizure or it has slide Negro anus on it from the factory and from the pharmacy, which makes it, a problem. That's not good. That I would let something inhabit my system and say that I'm bettering myself. At the end of the day, I want homeopathy when I get out of Shirley's presence.
Okay.
I'm trying to trust the medication.
Well, first of all, we have an Ebola-rific planet, and COVID-19 is really underneath things. Sometimes concentrations of Ebola, and you just can't trust manufacturing these days. Not yogurt, not toothpaste. If you can't trust yogurt and toothpaste, why trust medication?
What kind of homeopathic treatment do you think would benefit you?
Well, I like Ayurvedic, medical pathologies because it's natural. It's based in the immediate cellular feeds of the earth. The trees already know the water and the oxygen and all the other chemicals we have. Not these falsified, man-made chemicals that are in smart water and Aquafina. They don't care whether it's mercury or African anus. They'll put it in it and sell it to you and say, hey, this is good for you.
But I just don't think it's fair.
Any other positive social relationships? I know that you've spoken about Shirley. Do you have any friends, family?
Shirley's not a positive relationship. I had a sultanate marriage offer in 2015. Black women that have a lower pedigree worked with Oprah Winfrey to kidnap Shirley, and now, over the course of an 8-year period, now I'm in front of you again. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. We talked a little bit about your day-to-day life. You did say that you're a little hesitant about eating some of the food here, but you said
only based on my microbiological politics.
But you did eat today.
Yes, I did.
You're sleeping at night.
Right.
Okay, and you didn't say that, anyone's making any mention about hurting yourself or anybody else, anything like that, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Who is this person?
That's Shirley Myers.
And how are you related?
Well, initially, she is my mother, initially, okay? Even on birth record. But my DNA was overstudied, okay, by medical doctors in Africa and by the Nazi Party of Germany, okay? For example, studied our genetic relationships.
What's your relationship like now?
Some people only think she's 13% of my DNA. They don't think.
Get along? You close? You get along, the two of you?
Oh, she's manipulated at this point, and I understood that would, happen by 2015 when I went to work in Istanbul. I don't think she is. Okay, I just think she's weak financially. Hence this situation. And it's not her fault. It's not my fault. We're in a Cold War situation. And, unfortunately, these apartments are an escape route for people like Johar Tsarnaev and Vladimir Putin and Ethiopians.
Is there anyone around here that's trying to hurt you? Anyone in the other apartments or in the public?
Well, that's all relative based on how they operate as foreigners.
Do you feel
So
like
they don't stay in the same apartment year round.
Anyone trying to get into your apartment, trying to climb in through the balcony door? Anyone trying to get in here?
I heard word from other U.S. military soldiers that Shirley had break-ins and that there were found over 1,000 keys were made to her apartment, even as far as Europe.
Now, if you saw someone outside that you thought was part of Vladimir Putin or some of these other militias...
Oh, I don't say anything. I don't approach them. I don't call them. I don't go out with them. But really, how would you know who they are?
Some people might try to hit them. Do you think that you would do that?
Why would I?
I don't know. Some people would.
He's investing in the earth as owner of the earth. So, what am I going to do? That would be crazy.
If there was a malicious person outside, how would you respond? What would you do?
I would run inside and, write emails and do social media and write my local congressman and make comments and file taxes.
FDA? I heard the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, was here.
Yes, I am challenging them based on the recorded low IQ of one of their researchers that has a retardation certificate. And I am challenging her doctoral status based on her intellectual development and what U.S. military soldiers see is an IQ so low that there's no way her PhD is real. And based on her PhD not being real, because she doesn't really write her own doctorate, how is she going to have the honor to challenge my intellectual or financial status and be really like an African-related terrorist?
Speaking of,
that uses wait a minute that uses professional whitener. Let me tell you what she did on record. She went to Las Vegas, Nevada, and Santander Company told her, "Oh, hey, you can get Kimberly's BMW."
Was that this year?
Wait a minute. Some of my genetic sons also have semen embedded in her, and that's pedophilia, and they are genetically mine according to the government of India.
Yeah,
so then she shouldn't. But because I know her from Woodrow Wilson High School, and because I've only spent 2 lethal minutes with her in a hallway in Washington, D.C. in 1998, on what basis does she really have to have a fraudulent doctorate and then be caught plagiarizing my independent microbiological research and say, "Oh, I have a doctorate"?
What would you do if she was outside? If she was outside that door right now, what would you do?
I would contact the U.S. military.
Okay.
Because she uses professional whitener.
Could you possibly attack her?
Why would I attack her? She's gone out and spread AIDS to over 3,000 people, along with another Negro from Georgia Avenue that's on record, Shante Worley Carter, black as tar. Not that I'm being racist.
Would you let us get you some medicine?
Wait a minute. Shantae Worley Carter spread AIDS to over 1 million people.
Would you
She's Food and Drug Administration's friend.
Would you also like to get out of here and spend a few days in a
No.
safe place?
Heck no.
Okay, do you want some medicine?
I'm willing to get it as long as it's through a private doctor that I can give a cash scheme. Okay,
How
like
long
a
have you been
cash.
trying to get this private doctor with the cash scheme? I don't know any doctors that is going to do that.
They take cash.
Have you found one?
Taking health insurance. I don't have health insurance.
We don't need health insurance.
Okay, but wait a minute.
That's exactly what
Health
we do.
insurance to Vladimir Putin's strategist means, hey, I should annul you, like you're a Jew in Auschwitz. I can get medicine, but I want it to be on a check basis, cashier's check, debit card, check. Nothing involving state.
What
Nothing.
Melanie and I like to do is prevent. We want to prevent hospitalizations. I know a few years ago the police were here and they took you out of here in handcuffs.
Because
how can we prevent that?
do you want to know why that is? Because she has overly preferential treatment by presidential relatives and Emily Yassine's family, who are unfortunately the relatives of President George Bush.
Hopefully you've seen we've treated you with respect and we've been very transparent with you. That's what we want to continue to do. And I want to be transparent. I'm worried about you. I'm worried if we don't get you help soon,
If you're worried about me,
you're going to wind up
independence.
out again.
No. Independence.
About that.
Independence. I've already been robbed of an $8,000 wardrobe. I posted my bank statements and receipts on my blog are readily accessible. So because now that I haven't been here,
so much to give.
No.
So intelligent.
I don't want to be in a euthanasia monkey Tuskegee situation. I've already had that problem putting me in front of her, no matter how much money I earn. Does that make sense?
We talked a little bit, earlier about all of the stuff that you have going on with your blog posts and, just everything. And you said it seems like it's very overwhelming. And
it's not overwhelming if, Ethiopian women in Osama Bin Laden's family need to acquiesce my financial authorization. And this is one of the ways to do that. And Ethiopia is heavily invested in the mental health field, which is preemptive to this situation.
Private medical doctor. How much longer are you going to try and find this doctor?
One more
week?
No.
2 more weeks?
No.
When do you say?
When I hear
Melanie and Jason to come back. How do you know?
When I hear from my student advisor, who confirmed my student ID number for my doctoral program, I will have her connect me to someone at the university that can be a private referral. Does that make sense? I don't think it's fair to me to go into that type of situation after I've been through over at least one gang rape that was ordered.
How long have you been back here?
That was in California.
In Virginia, how long have you been back here?
I've been in Virginia probably since October 21st or October 13th.
What's today's date?
November 29th.
Right, there was a holiday recently. What was that?
Thanksgiving.
And the year is?
2021.
Current president?
President Biden.
President Biden. Okay. It sounds like you are doing a really good job holding it together, but it really sounds like it's
once again, I have raw assets and children that I have to protect.
So far. Why don't you let us help?
No, I don't want to be robbed.
You're carrying this burden.
No.
You deserve better than having to wait on this person who's
right. But based on wait a minute. But based on Muslim men feeling like they can acquiesce me with rapes, I don't want to continue anything with the state, anything public.
When you're ready, we'll come back. We're going to treat you with the same respect we're treating you today. We're going to, make sure you get the care that you need. I hear you loud and clear. You don't want our help today. I hope that changes soon. We want to help you.
Sure. My father is John Cusack on record at the Nazi Party office. Okay. John Cusack, King of Ireland, genetically.
We want to just treat you
We're here for you.
Confidentially, privately, just you. We don't have to include Shirley at all, just you. When you're ready, we're ready.
Do you each have a card that I can use to contact you?
I don't have a card on
I
me.
don't
Do
have a
you
card.
have a
I
card?
might. Let me check. I have some. I always have a hard time opening
I can write
it.
down my name for you. It sounds like you're familiar with Merrifield.
Unfortunately.
You just gotta walk in there.
No.
You don't need an appointment.
No,
Only-
I
I'm
just
just gonna
want.
write down my name and my phone number. Is that okay if I write it down for you?
Sure.
MasterCard.
We can make sure that none of the stuff that you're talking about would happen to you. Guarantee you.
It's been okay talking to us, right? It's not that bad.
Not really. It's an embarrassment.
Oh,
now it's a total embarrassment.
Oh.
Now I'm a million ranks beneath black women who are prostitutes based on you being here.
But this is all private. No one knows about this.
No,
This is just
it's
between us
not.
and-
It's not private because this corporation's financial establishment of owning these apartments, when they had capital, is based on subsidized finances from the government. So everybody sees and hears this. This is not private.
Well, we're just here to offer you some help, and that's it. So whenever you're ready, you just call the number that Jason's gonna put on there.
Yeah, sure.
If this whole student advisor situation takes a long time.
You shouldn't have to wait too long for the help that sounds like you're trying to get.
Yep, just need to contact my student advisor and the manager,
I don't blame you for
and
going
then
around.
I'll have my own apartment, and I'll be out of Shirley's
That's her
presence.
address. That's her phone number. It's 24/7. We're ready when you are.
Okay.
When you're ready, we're ready.
Give us a call.
Do you have an email?
No, we don't
No,
have an email.
no
Just the
email.
phone number.
Okay.
Okay? And whenever, if you need us to come back, you call us. And you know what your other options are too. Okay? Thank you so much for inviting us in from the
Thank you for
fall.
taking
For your
the time.
hospitality.
We really
appreciate
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
We hope you get through this soon. We hope you don't wait too much longer.
Well, I hope that I can, get into my doctoral program soon,
Yeah.
and get into one of these apartments soon, or maybe
I
move
hope that you
into my brand new home on Newport
To
Coast.
continue with the transparency, I hope that, but I think that you need some help before you can get back to that doctoral program. And I think there's a part of you that knows that too. We're ready when you are.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right.
Thank you, man, for your
You
hospitality.
take care.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You will.
This is I Am God Code Incorporated. It's November 29th, 2021. Thanks for tuning in. This is Aetherius Aeona Bivona Zgara, Aethiotic Dalcoin, Bezos Dalcoin. Have a great day.